tense courtroom showdown, Judge Oakley tries to reason with a sovereign citizen who refuses to acknowledge the legal system. Watch as the judge gives a stern warning while the sovereign citizen stands firm in their beliefs. Will reason prevail, or will stubbornness take over? Tune in to see how this tense exchange unfolds and get a behind-the-scenes look at how these situations play out in real courtrooms.
All right, appearances for the township. Have a seat, make yourself comfortable. All right, so Mr. Crucell, you filed a number of motions. I'm going to let you pick which one you want to deal with first.
Well, this emergency motion stay needs to be addressed immediately, requesting the judicial bias and the process violation.
Okay, just hold off with the argument. Hold off with the argument. The question was, what do you want to start with? Okay, so you filed something Friday. I took a quick look at it today. Is that any different than the motion to stay that you filed previously?
This is just bringing the fact that all the motions I have filed.
Is that a yes or no, Mr. Crucell?
Well, it's covering all the judicial bias.
Okay, listen to my question. Is it any different than the last motion to stay proceedings you filed?
Yes.
Okay, just give me what you've added since the last one, because this one I haven't had a chance to read fully. The first one I read fully.
I just have the same straight face on you didn't give a shit about what I had to say.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Crucell, this is going to be a very long day for you if you don't listen to my questions and answer my questions. That was in the original motion to stay proceedings. I've asked you to give me whatever's new in this motion.
New stuff covers Judge Gene Green telling me to sue the Secretary of State rather than addressing the due process violations in my case.
Okay, stop right there. How does that lead to why this should be stopped today?
All of this is stemming from where all of this should have been stopped a while ago.
That's not the way it works. Mr. Crucell, hold on. Okay, that's the last time you're going to interrupt me today without a contempt of court charge. Is that clear?
Your Honor.
Is that clear?
Constitution against me this entire time. No one has made her answer.
One more word, and it's contempt of court. It's $100 a contempt, and if I get totally fed up with it, then I'm putting you in jail. Okay? Just because she and I happen to agree on the law as it applies to your case doesn't mean we're in collusion. It's possible that you're wrong. At least accept the possibility that she and I have the same opinion about something. That doesn't mean we're colluding. You understand that concept? Do you understand that concept?
You're supposed to be impartial.
I am impartial. I've been trying to save you. Just because I agree with the prosecutor doesn't mean I'm against you. It just means I agree with the prosecutor.
So it means if you're agreeing with that, definitely means that you guys are lying against us.
So that means in any case, when I buy the arguments from one side, that means I'm colluding against the other.
You're agreeing.
Yes or no, Mr. Crucell? No, you have to answer my question. Contempt number one, $100. Answer my question. Every time I rule in favor of one side, does that mean I'm colluding against the other? Yes or no? $200. Yes or no? Because I can do this all damn day. And when I get tired of this game, then I tell them to put you in custody because it's contempt of court, criminal contempt in my view.
Yes.
It is. All right. So now, any argument you make from there, I'm going to deny because that's an unreasonable position you're taking. Judges, by definition, have to decide in favor of one party or the other. That's what we do.
Right. When you made that statement, you were making.
What statement is that?
It was.
I thought we were talking about Judge Green's SOS statement.
When you made the statement that you were setting aside my regular trial, saying that you're saying that the prosecutor, the township, and his court all see things the same way, setting it outside, not even allowing me to make my argument. So you were aligning yourself with the prosecution on the argument of my point and setting it aside on what you were doing.
Mr. Crucell, what I was doing was aligning myself with the law as I see it and interpret it. Stop. You can't just shake your head. You don't just disagree with me and move on. If you don't like a ruling from a judge, you have to appeal that ruling. You don't keep arguing with the ruling. That's not the way the process works. Listen, brother, listen. I have tried to save you from yourself. If you remember the first time you were in my courtroom, I tried to get you to see things the way the process was going to move forward. Because, dude, this process is going forward the way I want it to move forward. You might not like that, but I'm in charge of the courtroom. And at the end of the day, if you don't like anything I do, you can appeal me. That's why they have circuit courts. But I'm not going to let you make this a dog and pony show, especially when we've got jurors here.
Funny show. This court has failed to let me make any of my statements, any of my cases. You even were trying to threaten me with contempt. Anytime I tried.
I am threatening you with contempt.
My objections on the record, you make my case. So you're.
No, because third contempt. Do not interrupt me. When I said your objections don't mean shit to me is because you were using the word objection inappropriately. You objected every time I disagreed with you. If you have an objection, you have to have a legal basis for the objection. For example, she's trying to put a video into evidence and you say, I object, Judge. She hasn't laid a proper foundation because all she said is, Judge, I've got a video. I'd like to play it for the jury. That's a proper legal objection. When I rule in her favor and you say I object and I say, what's your objection? And you just disagree with me, that's not a legal objection. That's why I said your objections mean shit to me because you're not using the word appropriately. Because you don't know what you're doing. That's what I tried to tell you originally the first time you were here. You've never been to law school. You've never tried a case. You don't know the rules of evidence and all the other things that have to be in play to have a trial go forward appropriately, properly, and to be perfectly honest, in your best interest.
And Your Honor, again, you're trying to spin this here every time I make a.
I'm not spinning.
My objection is based on you stopping me, not allowing me to do it. And that's what you told me when you addressed me.
Okay. All right. So let's do it this way. What motion would you like to address first? The motion to postpone? Denied. I'm not denying the jury trial.
Especially with the jurisdiction, she's never once it's on the, why it's on the prosecutor to prove those things. There's the false course irregularities.
All right. Let me stop you for a minute. What do you mean you're not going to proceed? You're here.
Everything is taking place now shows exactly that there is enough to show. You're supposed, you need to keep shit.
Once again, you're not answering the question I asked. You just said you will not participate. And I asked, what do you mean by that?
Get fair trial.
I'm not asking you to explain your reasoning. I want to know, what does that mean? I'm not going to proceed with this. You're here. So when I impanel the jury, what? You're just going to sit there and not going to talk? What does it mean when you say you're not going to participate?
And go through until these things get addressed. All of my issues that have been ignored this entire time, especially excluding people.
Once again, if you accept the motion and I deny it, it's been addressed. You might not like the way it's been addressed, but then you have to appeal it.
That's the whole point of me being able to get all my objections.
All right, what's your objection? What's your objection to me denying your motion to postpone this trial at the last minute?
I'd like to put on record that if whatever you would like to do from there, you can, because I'm open until these things. Like I said,
Hold on. Is this statement preceding all these motions you filed? Okay, then let me make my ruling on all of them. I think there's a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, correct? Okay, would you like to respond to that one? Because I think that's already been addressed.
Your police arrested Mr. Purcell while he was in Huron Township, Bettyford District Court has jurisdiction over offenses that occur within the township, both civil and criminal. This is criminal and
Did you appeal Judge Green's decision on that motion?
I'm prosecuting it because I've been in contact with the appeals.
Okay, so there's no appeal filed yet, correct?
Getting all involved.
I'll take that as a yes. There's no appeal filed. That motion is denied then. She made the ruling. You don't get to ask me to make the same ruling. Once again, don't interrupt me because I can go to 4 real quick. Judge Green, a judge in this court, ruled on that exact motion and denied your motion. That motion has not yet been appealed, and it certainly doesn't get appealed to me. Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Next motion. Motion to,
The judge can't just come in here and say that there's.
yes, the judge can. Listen to me. Then appeal her to circuit court.
This guy has no idea what he's gotten himself into. Rejecting a lawyer and sticking to his sovereign citizen ideology is definitely not going to work in his favor.
A judge made a ruling. You don't get to keep arguing that same motion.
All she said was that Judge Martin was setting aside and that I should go sue the Secretary of State. The things that she's claiming and saying were never said to me. And I have all the recordings and they're submitted to the court. These things were never said to me. And then she comes here and makes these accusations and saying that the judge said this, judge said that.
Fine, then I'll say the same. I'll say the same thing to you. Listen to me. Here, on your motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, denied. By me, you can appeal me. Because the reason she stated, the Township of Huron issued you a citation. This court has jurisdiction over citations issued by the Township of Huron. So for that reason, I'm prepared to move forward and adjudicate that citation. Is that clear enough so you can appeal my decision?
But
Okay. Next one up is motion to reconsider for bias and judicial misconduct. Denied. Would you like me to clarify that in any way?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Then guess what? The Court of Appeals can overturn me because I'm not biased to you. You might not like the way I talk to you. You might not like the things I say to you, but I'm not biased against you. Believe it or not, brother, I would like to save you from what's going to happen today. I really would. Because here's my dude, let me talk. You have turned what should be a fairly minor misdemeanor and civil infraction situation into a huge mess. I don't think it's going to end well for you. I tried to save you from that the first day you were here when I tried to convince you to have some conversation with a court-appointed attorney, and you didn't want to do all that. I know in my heart of hearts, I have no ill feeling towards you whatsoever. And I'm going to give you the best trial I can give you today if you decide to participate. But I am not going to let you drag things in front of this jury that I determine are not relevant because that's my job as the gatekeeper at the judge over the trial. I'm not going to let you get into a bunch of arguments that I think are just going to cloud issues if I don't think they're relevant. That's my job as the judge, not because I don't like Mr. Crucell. It's because my job as a judge is to run this trial efficiently and effectively. And I'm going to do that. And if I do that, I anticipate I'm going to step all over your toes and your beliefs. But that doesn't mean I don't like you or I have bias against you. So I am denying your motion to recuse myself. Anything else you want to put on the record so you can appeal that decision? Once again, stop. That's an improper use of an objection. What you want to say is, I disagree with that, which is fine. That's why you appeal it to the circuit court. But it's not an objection. What's your legal objection to my ruling? That's not a legal objection to a ruling. That's not a legal objection. So that's two motions down. The next one is motion for relief from judgment. I'm assuming that's Judge Martin's decision to set aside your defaults. All right. Do you really want me to grant that motion? Because if I grant your motion, that means the default that was set aside, defaults that were set aside are reinstated. Is that really what you want today?
Well, listen, the thing is what I'm saying.
Mr. Crucell, yes or no? You filed a motion asking me to set aside a decision that was made. Do you really want me to set that decision aside? Because that means those civil infractions are then in default and they're done. Is that a yes or no? Yes or no? Do you want me to set aside those do you want me to set aside the default set-asides? Do you want me to reinstate those default judgments? Then I'll deny that motion. All right. You filed something called Notice of Constitutional Rights, which I didn't see anything where it required me to make any decisions or anything else. You're just letting me know that you're standing on the Constitution? So am I. All right. The emergency stay we dealt with. You also file an affidavit of non-consent. You didn't need to file paperwork for me to know you didn't consent with the proceedings, but I got the message there. Was that the only message I was supposed to get out of that document?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't need a preachy moment. I just want to make sure I wasn't supposed to get anything else out of that affidavit other than you don't like the process that we're involved in. Next thing I had on my list was affidavit of non-consent. Oh, excuse me. Motion for judicial notice. What does that judicial notice of what?
Certain terms that everything that this prosecutor keeps trying to use and apply in this case that are not the lawful terminology being used. Okay.
For example.
You use motor vehicle.
Okay. Motor vehicles pretty much a term of art in our business.
law of differences between how it's being used. Absolutely.
Well, then you can make those arguments. But you can't tell her she can't use that phrase. Yeah, but I'm not the trier of fact. So if you want to make an argument to the jury that her use of the term motor vehicle is improper, you can make that argument. Is that what you're concerned about? Is you're not going to be able to make the argument?
Yes.
You get what stuff on the record?
Filings.
Well, I can guarantee you're not getting all these filings on the record because the jury has no reason to know about all your motions.
All of this has to go, all of everything's taking place. All
No, no.
Exactly.
No, that's not the way it works, Mr. Cazell.
It is.
No, Mr. Cazell. All right, listen, brother, listen. You don't get to tell me what my job is. I've been doing it for 25 years. Listen, listen. Well, then that's why they have appellate courts for the fourth or fifth time. I decide what this jury gets to see today. I decide. That is, by definition, the role of the judge at a jury trial. I get to decide what goes in front of that jury. If you don't like the decisions I make, you appeal those decisions. That's the way it works. What this jury has to decide today is whether or not you violated the township ordinance on that date. Hold on. None of these legal arguments about whether or not I should recuse myself or whether or not you notice me up for constitutional rights, none of that has to go to that jury. And none of it's going to.
That's my other issue with the fraud and emergency stop, motion to stop this.
I already ruled on that.
Circling back, acknowledge my motions for my next travel. Nothing to do.
Once again, I'm not trying to, I'm doing my function as a gatekeeper for a jury trial. I'm deciding what's relevant and what's not. And you can disagree with me that all day long. But we're going to do it, once again, we're going to do it my way. You can appeal me. I've been appealed before. I'll probably be appealed before I retire again. It's okay. That's the way the process is set up. I encourage you to appeal me. All right. I am open-minded enough to think that perhaps my mindset about your whole travel thing, maybe that's all wrong. So a circuit court judge can tell me I'm wrong. But so far, and I've ruled this way a number of times on the traveling issue, nobody's ever appealed me to lead to a circuit court judge to tell me I'm wrong. But I'm open to that idea.
I said, well, you just keep, each judge has done the same thing. They just keep setting it aside. And acting like it doesn't even exist, not allowing me to make my case, which is violating my rights to be able to produce my case in my end.
What's your case that traveling doesn't mean operating?
I'm accepting the fact that this court's violated my due process rights in every way, the judicial bias and the fact.
All right, then appeal me. But today we're having a jury trial.
Stating an unlawful jury trial, and I think that weighty statement I need to get on the
All
record.
right, but hold on a minute. Once again, I want to know what that means. You're not participating.
Not participate in a jury in a trial where there is clear bias in this court against it.
Okay.
It violates my rights to a fair trial. 100%. And you want to keep overlooking, I know that makes you seem like they're not a big deal, and
No, your rights are a really big deal.
obviously not, because if you can sit there and say that the things that are happening, the things you're saying, and just try to give these excuses, oh, just because I agree with her on this, you are aligning yourself with the prosecutor on my right to trial, completely setting aside, not allowing me.
Mr. Purcell, no, I'm not. Listen to me. No, it's not. Listen to me. Listen to me. She could step out of the room, and I still think your travel argument is bullshit. Traveling. The right to travel was when you did it by Shanks Mare. Then appeal me. That's my decision. Appeal me. When you're driving a motorized vehicle or traveling in a motorized vehicle, that brings all those ordinances into play. That's my legal ruling. Appeal it. I encourage you to do that. But that whole traveling argument, which, dude, I've been through that argument a whole lot more than you have. Trust me, in the last 25 years, I've had that argument a lot. Traveling as you try to apply it meant you could not be stopped by the government from walking from one venue to another. But when we got motorized, then the rules kicked in.
Rulings from the American Jurisprudence side that literally state that yes, first of all, you're all that, and including automobiles, as long as one does not interfere with another's rights. And this is something that's been established to be secure.
Then appeal me. Take that precedent and appeal me.
As well.
Okay, that's your right. I'm not trying to stop you. From doing any of that stuff. I'm just trying to stop you from bogging down this jury with stuff that I've determined is not appropriate today.
Because just because you're determining it based off of what though? That's what I'm saying. All these things are relevant and they are accurate.
They're relevant to you. They're not relevant to me. I've made the decision. I have made the decision. I made that decision months ago and you didn't appeal that,
I mean, the process is working out.
which is not an appeal.
Is an extreme, lawyer when there is, most of the, you can't do that.
Absolutely, I do that.
100%.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me. If I don't hold you to the same standard I hold her to, then I'm treating you differently than her. How is that unbiased and impartial? You've decided to engage yourself in this venue, in this arena. That means you got to know the jury structure. Yes, you have.
I'm forced to be here.
But you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it as an untrained layperson. You had free access to qualified, competent legal counsel. They're still here. There's one right there behind you. He's still ready to help you. You chose to do this yourself. That means you've got to know the court rules. You've got to know the statutes and the ordinances. You've got to know the rules of evidence. And if I help you through those lapses in your knowledge base, that's not fair to the prosecutor. Then I'm taking sides. And now I'm not going to let her walk all over you and try to trick you because you don't know some of those rules and statutes. But I am absolutely going to require you to know what you're doing because you've chosen to do it. That doesn't show bias. That shows impartiality.
There is no partial anything. I have the.
Once again, Mr. Crusoe, that's your opinion. No, it's your interpretation of the facts. So you have to appeal my decisions. And look, dude, the fact that you're not in a jail cell right now shows how impartial I am.
When Officer Price literally pulled up to meet my wife days before any of this even happened and talked to us about the traveling, even told me I was well within my rights, gave me every clarification that I was well within my lawful rights. This was all a retaliatory thing from the beginning. And then even when the chief called me, he even called me trying to arena. I was like, what's that arena? And then he goes towards the motor vehicle. And then he tried to get me to not pursue legal matters. And then he's mad at me. And then the day that I filed for my body cam, I'm getting removed from here on a Little League.
And stop. Hold on. I don't doubt that it is. But I think we got into this a little bit the first time you were here. And I told you, that's not proper for this venue. If you want to complain about the way the Huron Township Police Department handled this, you can file a civil lawsuit against them if you want to. But what's in front of me is one civil infraction and 2 misdemeanors. That's what's in front of me.
Every time I felt to make my case, the courts keep setting all my stuff and not allowing me to be heard.
Because I'm going to make decisions based on the facts. That jury hopefully is going to make decisions based on the facts that are presented.
How can there be facts if this court continues to not allow me to get my facts?
Because the facts you want to get into, what facts do you want to get into? The chief had some conversation with you?
It's not even just that. I mean, well, yeah, regardless, I have all of that to cover too. The fact that my defense, based off what I was doing, I didn't have to produce any of that. It just keeps all just thrown aside. Every single, and just not even trying to acknowledge any of it.
So hold on. I don't understand. Hold on. You want to be able to testify to this jury?
No, that's not, I'm not testifying. That's what I'm saying. It's the amount of traditional bias in this case.
I'm done hearing about bias. You need to appeal me. I don't feel I have bias.
Well, I don't feel that I will have a fair trial here with everything that's been taking place. Why I filed all these things. Why I did.
And I've denied all these things. I've denied all these things.
Well, of course you can deny it. Again, showing them again, then this,
Once again, Mr. Cruzel, just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm biased against you. Maybe I just think you're wrong. Is it possible we could have a difference of opinion?
Tina Green told me that she was just not housing myself because the Secretary of State will make sure that this isn't a big deal. Right, showing them.
I'm not gonna,
It's no impartial sport here.
I've never brought a Secretary of State, have I?
So this is where this all stems from. These are the things I've been trying to get noticed, this and talked about this.
What do you want getting noticed that we're not getting noticed?
The fact that this collusion and judicial bias.
It is not collusion. What? All right, listen. What are you gonna do today? Because I'm ready to bring the jury and I've denied I've denied all your motions. I'm ready to set the trial. Are you not gonna be here?
Again, Your Honor, hasn't established nothing is even put in here, right? And especially regarding the jurisdiction stuff.
Once again, we're at $300 now. We're going to 4. I'm gonna ask you the question again. I'm ready to call the jury. Are you gonna leave?
There's no way they're gonna be fair trial here.
That didn't answer my question. I need to know how I'm going to proceed because we can have the trial if you just sit there. I'll just tell the jury you've decided to represent yourself and you might not say anything today. So that's the way you want to go with the trial.
So these against that.
Okay.
And everything is on.
Okay. Okay. No, let's on the record as you feel they should be.
I brought the sites that I left the sites at home and bringing up the person's jurisdiction.
And hold on. Once again, I want to just because he just walked in the room. Once again, I want to let you know there's a very competent, experienced legal attorney here, defense attorney here, that's more than willing to help you with this if you want his help.
Well, the sport actually who is supposed to be.
And that ain't gonna happen.
Anybody showing you were supposed to recuse yourself. It's in the book.
And I don't think I've shown bias. That's what we keep. Once again, you and I disagree. That's okay. That's America. You have to appeal me. You don't just keep to argue. You don't get to argue the same thing over and over and over until I agree with you. That's not going to happen. I know I am not biased towards you. I also know that your ideas of how the law applies in mine are vastly different. But because I'm in the black robe and I'm in charge of this trial today, my ruling stands until a circuit court judge or some higher court tells me I'm wrong. That's just the reality of it.
That's what I have to do. Because great, this court's not going to rule it the way it's supposed to. Not going to stand by your jurisdiction.
Not by your definition, I'm not.
The Secretary of State and Attorney General and sent it to you. I've never heard anything. I don't even know if you're lawfully allowed to concede it. You can say that again. It needs to be proven on the record.
No, it doesn't need to be proven on the record. Show me a statute or a court rule in Michigan that says I got to prove that. Statute, Michigan statute or Michigan court rule says I've got to do that.
I have it in there. My father was in this motion.
So you're such a great legal scholar.
MCL 168.420 and MCL 168.467 mandates that the judge must file an oath with the state and you provide it when asked. That is what you have to ensure.
Okay, then I don't have it. You can file that motion to dismiss with the circuit court. But we're having a trial today.
We're going to have Bob Williams participate in a trial that's going to be impartial against them, right? It's going to be completely. There is no impartiality that is supposed to be here. There cannot be a fair trial for all of the amounts of evidence that I have.
Okay. Anything else you want to put on the record before I call the jury in?
Yeah, lengthy statement I would love to put on the record before we get.
How lengthy?
And it's.
Go ahead.
Respectfully, sir.
Just so you know, you're putting this on the record. You're putting this on the record. I'm not listening. Showcase the record.
Your Honor, Judge Oak, I respectfully assert this court has failed to motions by the files of the case. Yeah, well, down so she can make.
Thank you.
I respectfully assert this court has failed to address the critical motions I filed in this case, including a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, a motion to recuse for bias, and a motion for relief from judgment. These motions have raised significant concerns about the court's jurisdiction, judicial bias, and violations of due process under both the Michigan Constitution and the U.S. Constitution, particularly the 5th and 14th Amendments. I have also submitted affidavits and motions, including an affidavit of truth and an affidavit of rebuttal regarding the traffic stop by Officer Merrill, which is connected to this case on August 21st, 2023. Citation number 24HR 101430, which this court also ignored. These documents directly challenge the jurisdiction of the state in this court, and failure to address them constitute a violation of due process rights. Additionally, I have filed an affidavit of not consent, a motion for judicial notice, a motion for clarification of accuser, none of which being outside the court. In Marbury versus Madison 5 U.S. 137, the U.S. Supreme Court clearly established that any law repugnant to the Constitution is void. I believe the action or lack thereof was supported by fundamental constitutional principles. In Murdoch versus
Sovereign citizens often misuse the Constitution by taking it out of context. For example, they frequently cite Penn versus Murdoch, which has nothing to do with the right to travel. It's actually about taxes and religious freedoms, with no mention of cars. Remember, automobiles didn't exist when the Constitution was written, so the right to travel doesn't imply a right to drive. While the Constitution does protect the right to travel, it refers to the ability to move freely between states without a state denying entry or imposing a fee. Sovereign citizens often distort these principles to support their misconceptions, misinterpreting the Constitution to justify their misguided beliefs.
Pennsylvania 319 U.S. 105, the court reaffirmed that no state may impose fees or penalties for exercising a constitutional right. And Thompson v. Smith 155 reinforced that the fundamental right to travel freely without undue interference. Additionally, Title V U.S.C. 556D, 557, and 706 require that any judicial or administrative proceeding be fair, free from bias, and based on factual evidence. I have serious concerns that this court has disregarded this evidence. I have serious concern this court has disregarded these principles, given its pattern of dismissing my motions and statements made by Your Honor, who has stated on record that we see things the same way, referring to the prosecutor, township, state, and this court. This admission clearly demonstrates judicial bias and lack of impartiality, which undermines the fairness of these proceedings. It is also significant that Judge Tina Green has admitted in court that the Secretary of State is influencing the rulings, stating that the court is required to enforce certain rulings because the Secretary of State makes them do so. This further demonstrates that this court is not acting as an impartial judicial body, but is enforcing motor vehicle codes and other rulings based on external directives rather than applying the law independently. The Secretary of State is an executive branch agency, and his influence over judicial proceedings is a violation of the separation of powers and the constitutional right to an independent, fair trial. Furthermore, there is clear evidence of collusion between sport, prosecutor, Huron Township, including the Huron Township Police Department. I have submitted body cam footage highlighting violations of department policies by several officers, including Officer Merrill, Officer Syside, Officer Smith, and Chief Everett Lawless. These violations occurred even after Sergeant Price confirmed that my activities were lawful. Yet this court continues to overlook these crucial facts. Officer Merrill's traffic stops of both myself and my wife are connected to the ongoing retaliation against me and my family, which has compounded the bias and misconduct in this case. Additionally, I have requested Your Honor's oath of office through an affidavit of fact, registration statement, demand request pursuant to the Foreign Agent Registration Act of 1938, and anti-bribery statement request, and I have received no response. This lack of response raises further questions about the legitimacy and legal standing of this court. Moreover, Judge Lisa Norton issued an unsigned default order without jurisdiction or court seal, and during court proceedings, she admitted she did not understand the sui juris. These actions reflect further incompetence and violations of due process. I must also address the township's deliberate attempt to mislabel my private automobile as an off-road vehicle under local ordinance to circumvent my constitutional right to travel. This mislabeling is an attempt to subject me to commercial regulations that do not apply to private, non-commercial travel. This ORV ordinance was never intended for law public roads. Under the agreement, Clearfield Trust Code, verse United States 318 US 363. When government entities operate in a commercial capacity, they lose sovereign immunity and are subject to the same legal standards as private corporations. The court's actions, including the misapplication of commercial motor vehicle codes, further demonstrate its commercial interest in misinterpretation of the law. The supremacy clause of the U.S. Constitution, Article 6, Paragraph 2, mandates that this court is bound by the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. This court, however, continues to proceed without regard for constitutional protections, violating my rights at every stage of these proceedings. To continue under these circumstances would be a violation of constitutional laws and an abuse of judicial power. I respectfully request that the court issue rulings on the pending motions, including a jurisdictional challenge, and immediately dismiss this case by citing overwhelming evidence of judicial misconduct, bias, and due process violations. So these issues remain ignored. I will seek immediate appellate relief, hold all parties accountable, including Your Honor, Judge Martin, Judge Tina Green, Prosecutor Caitlin Morgan Foley, Officer Miro, Officer Sy, Officer Smith, Chief Everett Robbins, and the Huron Township Police Department. I further assert that if this court continues to proceed with the presumption that I engage in commerce, it must present evidence to substantiate its claim. Without such evidence, this court has no authority to enforce commercial motor vehicle codes or ORD ordinances upon me, and any further actions would be unconstitutional and unlawful.
All right, here to court this report back in session.
Bring the jurors in. Mr. Crucell, just so you understand the process, we're gonna do voir dire. Did you have a chance to talk about the iPad?
No.
Hold on a minute, Joe.
Yeah, I told him I would go over it.
Okay. I understand that's your position, but I'm still gonna explain things as they go. All right, I mean, I just want you to understand what's going on, so if you decide you want to jump in, you'll know where you're at. Understood? I'm not trying to talk you into participating. I'm just letting you know what's happening. I'm gonna explain things as we go, for you and them. You got that?
I suppose I don't understand why I need to sit here and use my time for an
Because if you leave, I'm gonna ask you a bench warrant, and you're still gonna have to deal with this down the road. At least this way, hold on, listen, here, one of two things can happen today if we have the trial. Either they find you not guilty and you're done, then you can file all your grievances and stuff, or they find you guilty and you're just filing one more appeal.
Instead of wasting everyone's time.
You've already wasted their time because they're all here. They're all here.
Well, that's why I filed these things weeks ago. These things should have been addressed before this process even took place.
There's a scheduling issue that takes place too.
So
But hold on. Hold on. Don't interrupt. You didn't appeal the last round of decision. You didn't appeal the decision you didn't like from Judge Martin. You didn't appeal the decision you didn't like from Judge Green, and you didn't appeal the decision you didn't like from me last time you were here. So here's my problem. I'm not going to adjourn today because you say you're going to appeal, because if you don't, we've accomplished nothing and we're no further to resolving these files.
I had to file with the appeals court that I've been in contact with the appeals court.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to educate you, okay? You contacting the appellate court, first of all, this should go to the circuit court, all right? You've gone, okay. So I didn't choose for you to be here, but you're here, okay? So we have to get through it, all right? So the way it works is you don't just talk to them about an appeal, you actually file and perfect an appeal, but you didn't perfect the appeal. So there is no appeal. You started the process, but there is no appeal. So we're going to go forward today. The only question is, are you going to be in the chair or not?
No, again, if you were prevented for, I'll have to stay the bottom one, correct?
Depending on what I set the bench warrant at. It can be whatever I want it to be. Once again, but see, you think that's bias, right? And that's me explaining to you the way the process works. I could set a $10,000 cash bail on this. And until a circuit court judge tells me that's got to be set aside, it's the bail. That's the bond I set if I set it. Because here's the thing. And I'm trying to, listen, dude, I'm trying to get you to see I've got a job to do. It's got nothing to do with you personally.
Very.
All right, you keep bringing this, you know, I'm having so much trouble getting through to you. I'm thinking the next step is a competency exam.
So that fact that she told me that on the record in front of her, then, and in all the things that she's saying, the judge said, she never said that on the record. I have the record submitted.
So once again,
told me she wasn't doing this
You-
because of the Secretary of State.
then appeal Judge Green's decision. I've told you that at least 5 times today. If a district court judge makes a decision you don't like, you appeal it to the circuit court. You don't just keep arguing again. That doesn't get you any further along. So if you don't participate today, if you just sit there, that's fine. We'll have a trial. You can jump in if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, in any criminal trial, the defendant doesn't have to do anything. But at each step of the game, I'm going to let you know what your options are. So for example, when we do voir dire, I'm going to ask questions of the prospective jurors. She's going to ask questions of the prospective jurors. You can ask if you want to. You don't have to. All right. When it's time to pick the jury, she has a certain number of challenges she can use. So do you. You don't have to exercise those challenges, but that's the way we pick the jury. Do you understand that process?
Marcus is up and trying to get all this stuff established with the courts and the and I still have evidence that I'm trying to get from the township that they're using lead codes for that, which they did with the policy information that they and got them giving me the policy because they were trying to do lease stuff. And I have
Okay, stop right there. Hold on. Stop right there. Stop right there. That's something new evidence you're waiting for. What are you waiting for?
this is where I haven't got it to even get to.
No, tell me what it is. What
Evidence that was that I requested through FOIAs in the very beginning with my bottle camera.
no. No, but well, what is it? You're looking for some records, some ordinances? What?
Part of the traffic stuff, comments and things that were put in there that
Hold on. In where?
in the comments.
You don't have police reports?
Well, I do, but I found out that they withheld certain documents that when I filed my FOIA, they didn't give to me. And then upon doing more filing for more stuff, I uncovered that they withheld certain documents. That are getting the whole thing.
Hold on. Let me hear what you just say. Just hold on. Go ahead. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
He's bringing things from the south notes and,
You mean like the officer's personal notes? Had notes.
and, for example, body on camera where they're sitting in their patrol car and the computer's on. Those are all lean material that can't be discoverable, it can't be shared with people outside of those that are, have the security clearance to observe or handle the material. So that's what he's referring to.
Okay.
That's not what I'm referring to. The notes on the computers and stuff, that's not what there's even stuff that was in the body cam that when they were talking to the chief, that they purposely redacted out of the conversations and the notes that that are completely all redacted, has nothing to do with computers. It has nothing to do with personal information and names or addresses. There were things that were stated in conversations that were taking place in these notes. That they were
Let me stop you. During the traffic stop?
found out that they withheld this when they should have given it to me in the very beginning with my FOIA for everything that's involved in my traffic stop. They didn't.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to clarify. Are you talking about like, how do I want to say this? Personal comments between 2 or more individuals?
No,
They-
it's not personal boundaries. It was stuff that was logged through the traffic stop. Like,
No, stop. But I got to understand what you mean. Logged through the traffic stop. You mean it showed up on camera and then they edited the camera?
Yeah.
Or edited the recording?
as well, that there was no clear reasons why. Every time I try to get reasons to why they did it, what it's next, because they're supposed to label why it is. I haven't got anything. And then it's in the comments sections of like what was going on.
Hold on, comments on the incident report?
It was just, it's not the incident report, it was through the, while the traffic stop was taking place, stuff that was being entered through, like. I can't remember exactly what the paperwork is I am, like I said, I'm in the process of getting that all, having, appealed it to the supervisor, and then he vaguely gave, just cited statutes and codes, but he was supposed to tell me how and why I didn't even see the applying to the lead sections, which are failing to do because same thing with.
All right, so hold on. So what I'm hearing, I want you to confirm whether or not I'm hearing it correctly. I think what you just said was those comments section things that you want, they're telling you that's all lien stuff and it's protected.
Yeah, it's like when other, I have other.
Hold on. Is that a yes? That's what they're telling you?
Essentially.
Okay.
So, and I didn't, part of the site, the whole thing paper I got from them, they didn't do it in any of the other ones. Only
Hold on. Other one what?
all the, because there been several reports, several times the cops came out of their house, and we were told, well, this has been going on for well a year, probably by any second happen.
Okay.
So I filed get all of every cop that had been there, all the reports, anything to do with anything that I could get that was in access to me. And then that's how I found out that these other reports weren't released to me. And then in my life traffic stop, they did the same thing. Everything to do with that entire traffic stop is all completely redacted. We have any of the other stuff, it's all open.
Redacted from,
The whole page is just black.
hold on, redacted from the incident report?
Yeah, from the incident. Right.
The paper report that you received?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
With, and there, with no justification at all to why any of these things are redacted. I keep trying to, and how they did it with the policy. I tried to get the policy 3 separate times to the department, and then they cite these lien codes for names and addresses and stuff, which I understand there's certain stuff.
What policy?
The policy conduct for officer conduct and how the officer's supposed to operate and stuff, right? So they denied several times, stating the same lead codes are trying to fix all these connections now. So I appealed it to the township supervisor, and he released all of my information. And it showed that the policy showed that these officers violated the policy and you.
Okay, hold on. Stop. So he released everything, but not everything you want?
Well, then once I realized they were doing this, I went back to getting more. That's how I found out there was more stuff that was never released to me.
Okay.
And then they're doing the same process using these lien codes to not let me see what was put in this paper. And that's why it's all American Titans. I've been trying and fighting all this whole time, trying to get this stuff together. And I'm getting every which way I'm being screwed.
He's raising issues that concern me. Because now we're talking about discovery requests that are being partially fulfilled.
As it is with this stop, he does have the incident report, he does have body worn camera for 4 officers in car, dash cam, what have you. He also, personally took a video, I don't have it, there was no mutual discovery, he elected to use the FOIA, route to take all this information. What he's referring to again is the CAD information where there is no material. None of that affects what the substance of the incident report or the body worn camera or anything of that effect. He's also talking about incidents that I think they were probably about the township attorney is dealing with it as opposed to the township prosecutor. There's probably about 20 different contacts that he has sought FOIAs through. So it's not just this incident. And what I suspect he's talking about where police may have came to his house or like a traffic stop or speeding ticket, there are no incident reports. Those are CAD notes. So that's probably why those are blacked out as opposed to this incident where a misdemeanor was attached and an incident report had you remember.
Okay. Anything else as far as information you requested that you don't have that you think you need?
I mean, that's the base of it. I'm still actually now that I've been having to really dig into stuff, I'm uncovering more now that I've been through the body cams. I have to file more to get more stuff unredacted because there is clear points in these conversations that were purposely redacted. They have nothing to do with clean information that they keep claiming. Same thing with these CAD notes she keeps referring to. That's not what I'm trying to get a hold of. And I understand that there are things that they can redact through the lien code. These entire things that are, there's no way the entire pages and these comments and everything are all lien information. I know that. I've been told.
How do you know?
I've been told for Sergeant Price, things that are said in these personally about me and stuff like that are being redacted because it can be used showing the bias and everything is retaliation against me. And I know for a fact I was said these things. That's why I know that being redacted is more than much to say.
Okay. But Mr. Crisell, with all due respect, that all sounds like a civil lawsuit against the township.
Well, yeah, this is my arguments. I'm trying to bring into this court, but everything's just being keep getting.
Because I'm not going to get into all that with a jury.
But that goes directly to this, is what I'm saying, and that's why I've been trying to get all of this stuff answered before we even got to this point.
I'm not going to let you get into all that with the jury. It's going to be confusing. We're going to go down rabbit holes.
That's why what's fair, because I need to be able to present my case to
Sir,
get it fair.
So this case goes back to February. We set this trial 2 months ago.
You're right, but
2
I'm
months and 2 weeks.
trying to get the jurisdiction established, I'm trying to get the judicial bias stuff taken care of, all of these things that have not, that they've just been it is what it is, being swept under the rug. When
Okay, hold on. Once again, I have to take offense to that. I'm not sweeping your judicial bias argument under the rug. I'm denying it.
without, I give it, yes.
Okay? No, seriously. See, it doesn't matter what you have to say. If I'm determining bias, I know what my heart is. Now, you appeal that decision or you grieve me to the Judicial Grievance Commission, right? They can look at all your facts and say, well, Oakley, clear bias. But I don't have to hear all your arguments and see all your evidence to know I'm not biased.
That's fine, and I guess that's something that I have already started to do, process, and I will be going down it, the more I look at it.
Okay.
So again, I,
Sir, it's 9:02. The jury's been here since, I'm assuming shortly after 8, some of them were showing up.
yeah, like I said, I cannot participate in something that I know is not, it is stacked against 100%.
But once again, you think it's stacked against you just because you don't agree with the way things are going. Okay.
Oh, they're gonna show that these things have to be established, that there has to be.
Then,
You see, bias, but that, to me, how.
okay, stop. We're just hashing the same arguments again. If you're right, then you've got an automatic appeal if they convict you today. If you're right, and this whole thing has been nothing but a sham,
It has to be, and it's all this turned into.
okay, bring the jury in. I'm tired of talking.
Next motion will be real quick.
Motion who? Oh, I forgot you filed a motion. Give me just a moment. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? Hold on. Did you get her motion? Yeah, no. Just, you got a copy, you can just at least show him so he can see if he's seen it before.
When did you send this to me?
Last Tuesday along with our consultants.
I have never seen this.
Take a minute to look at it.
I would also like to bring up for the record too that I.
Hold on. Hold on. Have you had a chance to look at what she just handed you? Okay. All right. So are you ready to argue that motion?
Well, no, I had no time to prepare for anything except. I've never seen that before, and
Okay.
it's just trying to keep me from being able to bring up all my valid arguments that are all applied to this.
Once again, valid as you determine them,
It's advanced to the case.
as you say.
And that's, and they're the same with the things they're trying to say, right? They have no evidence. Where's the evidence, right?
Right. But I haven't ruled that anything she's trying to put in front of the jury is invalid.
So my defense to my.
Well, here, let's do it one at a time. She wants to stop you from saying anything about due process violations. Did you plan on telling the jury that your due process rights have been violated?
Oh, all part of this case.
Okay?
Same thing with all the way from the traffic stop all the way till now.
Specifically, what were you gonna tell them about your due process violations?
Well, I don't have my defense completely in front of me because I'm, again, trying to get all the other matters. I'm not ready for that, so and I've never even seen it, so I can't even build up a defense to that to produce.
How was that provided to Mr. Crisell last week?
Mr. Spencer.
Okay.
I received his motion, or his $100 motions on Thursday, so it didn't give me much time to respond. I did send it in the mail, I dropped it off at the post office this morning. And I didn't receive his most recent motion.
That was filed Friday. Right.
I said on my certified mail, so I know that she was in the line, we've never had first, last name. Never.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. If you decide to participate and present any evidence to the jury today, then if any of these A through E's come up, we'll deal with those as a point, on a point by point basis. Understood? I'm not, sir, I'm telling you, you don't have to. She wants me to give you a blanket instruction right now that you can't talk about any of these things that are listed in this motion. I'm not going to do that. If you choose to present anything to the jury and one of these topics come up, she's going to stop me probably with an objection, say, Judge, could we talk about that? And then we'll talk about that. Item by item. Understood? All right. Anything else before we bring the jury in? You said you wanted to say something before the jury came in. I thought you said.
Another key point to this, I filed for, records requests in this court, trying to get all my court hearings and everything in recordings. There's still one from the very first one from Judge Martin that is crucial to this case. They still have issues.
How could it be crucial to the case today?
Second rule in there, absolutely huge to all my whole.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
All of this.
No, sir, everything started on February 3rd, 2024, when your tickets were issued. So anything, let me answer. I'm trying to be patient, Mr. Crisell. Anything Judge Martin said at a hearing about those tickets after February 24th, or February 3rd, 2024 would not affect the facts of what happened on February 3rd. Agreed?
But it affects what is going on with this court, as far as the fact that.
The only thing that's going on with this jury is deciding what facts took place on February 3rd and how they apply to the ordinances the township is trying to apply.
Yeah, then it's going out of that, but again, like I said, I'm not gonna subject myself to sitting here through something that I know.
Then get up and leave, Mr. Crisell. You're not under arrest. I've already explained your options. I've tried to be as clear as I can with your options.
Like I said, I will not participate in this. It was clear, there's all sorts of stuff going on here that's great against me.
I understand you feel that way, but I've got a trial scheduled today. Something's going to happen. Once again, if you get lucky, they find you not guilty and you're done with this stuff.
Can I take a minute to figure out what I want to do with this?
Absolutely. Oh, one thing I want to make clear. The civil infractions don't go to the jury. You understand that? That's a formal hearing. That's just between us. You understand that? We'll deal with that after the trial if we have a trial today. The misdemeanors will be in front of the jury. You understand that? Okay, take a minute. Make it quick though. I hate to have the jury wait. Mr. Crisell,
Yes.
Mr. Bowditch is available. Doesn't cost you a thing just to get his opinion. All right. Little bench strong, and I'll get him the whole freaking day. He can make all the arguments.
Oh, that's true, yes. So, because I was gonna say we can do the other one on that one.
So it'll be a special day.
Okay.
You know what Jeff's extension is in his office?
Security.
Hey, tell them they don't have to have a final decision. I just want to know if I can send the jury home.
Okay.
Here's a comment. Professional.
I got no problem giving you more time to talk, but if I'm letting the jury go, I just want to bring them in so I can talk to them and let them go. You can keep talking. You sure? All right. Bring the jury in.
So I go back here for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep talking. Keep talking. Hey, Jeff, come here. Mr. Crisell, I'm gonna give him an idea to talk about with you.
Okay.
If you can listen to Michelle, I'll give him a whole fucking for bench trial. He can bring every argument he's got.
All but I will make her sit. That's what I told him.
But I'm just not doing it with
I
him.
said, I wanted him to ask you politely to reserve his right to a bench trial.
Yeah.
And all of his information, he's going to get together.
Let him know that that's what I wanted you to know.
And
Go,
I'm not
go tell him.
I'm
That.
not going to represent, but I'm going to help him.
All right. Go tell him that I made that suggestion. So Caitlin, I gave him an option that if he'll pay the $300 court costs, surety costs, I'll give him an adjourned date so he can perfect all his appeals that he says he wants to file, and we'll send the jury home.
But do you think he's gonna pay?
Oh,
He already owes us. Oh, he only owes us the money on these cases.
yeah, I think he'll pay. Is it hot in here? Or is it me?
No, it's just you, but.
Have a seat, folks. And Caitlin, you don't have to stay for this if you don't want to.
Sir, were you last? Yeah, you got, you're the last of them? Right. You left it.
What is the little?
Are we missing one? I still. We're trying to do the last this moment. That way you guys won't have to hear it. What's in front of me. Hold. Please. No. This guy a little bit. Well, I've seen it. Thanks. All right, how many of you got him, they just excited that you complain about being on a jury? One person. You aren't gonna make them. I'm sending you home. We're gonna pay you for being here, but it's $15, so that's part of it. But I just want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on. So, first of all, I want to thank you for being here, even the grumpy looking guy that don't really want to be here. But you showed up, okay, you showed up, you're doing your job. So the good news is, well, the good news is you get to go home. The good news too is that you served your jury duty for this year. You showed up, the fact that we're not putting you to work is not on you, that's on us. Now, if the federal court sends you a notice, sure, fine, they don't care if you were. Circuit court downtown, you know, if you get another notice from us, really beautiful. Then you just say, hey, you know, I was there on September 23rd today, right? Very nice. Okay, so that's good to go. If any, you need a piece of paper that shows you're actually here, maybe an employer that wants to make sure you show up where you're supposed to. Are we doing that at the kiosk or downstairs?
Downstairs, that's right.
Okay, so then go down to the cashier, just say, I need a letter to show I was here for jury. Other than that, I'll take you out right now unless anybody's got any questions I can answer. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a possibility you will pay your son this week or?
No. Anybody else? All right, once again, sincerely, thank you for showing up today. I hope that this gave you all a free day, you can do something fun. Have a listen.
Stand up. Please receive the bond. I need to.
We should probably have Caitlin.
Yeah, and she's coming.
All right, back on the record with the People versus Crucell. All right, Mr. Crucell, I just want to put on the record the conversation that we had out in the hallway with Mr. Bowditch present. Outside of your hearing, by the way. Oh, that's for that. But I filled you in. So you've agreed, you're going to pay your $300 contempt charge. I put that in air quotes. I'm going to apply that towards the cost to pay this jury panel for being here today. Agreed? In exchange, we're going to pick a date, hopefully in the next 2 minutes. We're going to pick a date, put this back on our calendar down the road to give you plenty of chance to perfect your appeals, whatever you want to appeal. Agreed? Okay. All right, you can sit down. Okay. Now, but I have to say some other things. All right. Before I took the bench, I did a lot of court-appointed work. All right. So I know that a lot of times when a defense attorney's talking to their client, they've got to get over a mental hurdle because a lot of people in a situation where the court's provided the attorney, they think the attorney's not working for them, the attorney's working for the court. So I want to make sure you understand how this works. Mr. Bowditch, although we've worked together for years, he doesn't work for me. Really, he doesn't even work at my pleasure. I suppose if all 3 judges in this court told the Michigan Indigent Defense Council Regional that he works for that we just don't want this guy in our courtroom anymore because he's just incompetent or whatever, they'd probably put him somewhere else. But other than something drastic like that, he's not here because I'm paying him and I've requested him. You understand that? Okay. His job, his client is MIDC. And I say his client because they pay him, but he's paid to represent folks in district court that don't have their own attorney. I just want to make sure you understand when he's giving you advice, he's not telling you what he thinks is best for me. He's telling you what he thinks is best for you. Okay. Now, the other thing, I'm assuming he brought my offer out to you. Listen, if you want to get into all those arguments that you've referenced today and the last time you were here, I'll give you that. I mean, I'll look at all the stuff you've got on the traveling argument, everything else, because what I told you earlier is I've got an open mind. Okay. I don't think in my heart of hearts, you can convince me that your argument on traveling is a valid one, but I'll listen to everything you've got to tell me on that and every other issue. I mean, I'll give you an entire day set aside for a trial to do all that, but not with a jury. All right. So I want you to know that's an option. I'd like, and if you need to have some conversation with your family or Mr. Bowditch, I'd like a decision on that today, because when you walk out of here, I'd like to have a date on the calendar for either a bench trial or a jury trial. Okay. And I hope, based on my earlier conversations, you understand why I can be much more free and easy about what I let in when it's just me making the decisions than it is with a bunch of jurors. All right, Bowditch, go ahead.
Could we possibly adjourn this, now, Mr. Crucell and I have had a conversation. I think we can streamline this case quite a bit. Could we set another motion date? It's nothing that's been covered. We covered new ground.
Okay.
This would be a simple motion, with his understanding, it's yes, no. And then if we need to proceed to a bench trial, we would.
How far down the road?
Well, it depends on how long his discovery is going to take. If there's anything even possible to be retrieved, but I still need a month or so.
Probably a month is too tight.
Is talking.
Well, I know that's gonna be in the process. I've already appealed to the conference. Now I'm in the process of taking.
Okay, hold on. I think so. October 21 is too tight, I think. October 21, I think is too tight. Time frame wise, you want to go into the next month?
We can, Your Honor, it's up to the courts.
I have no idea how that process is going to work, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I'm more time.
With what the court's done today and asking more favors.
No, you're not asking a favor. We're just scheduling a date.
Do you,
What is it?
that's a Monday before Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll be
We'll
safe.
open that day.
That'd be safe.
If Caitlin is.
Do you have an opening on Monday, the 25th? You're not scheduled.
Of November.
Just for a motion. This is just a motion hearing. We're not going to take testimony. Okay.
As long as you're not, no,
Don't-
you don't have them that month, let's say.
That's
So that'll work?
What's the date?
9 a.m., the 25th of November? It's the Monday before Thanksgiving. Nobody's got travel plans?
Motion date.
Okay. So I think what I'm hearing is you think that will either be dispositive or we'll set a trial date that day.
Yes, Your Honor, or we'll resolve.
Okay, all right. Okay. I didn't ask. Can you pay the $300 today? Okay, and I implore you, keep talking to him. Keep talking to him. All right, anything else? All right, we're adjourned. Yeah, go ahead.
Officers aren't here and he
Yep.
wasn't ready to testify. And he
Yep.
wasn't.
Understood, understood. And you can give them my apologies. Put it all on me. So your civil infractions, we're just kicking those down the road. Understood? Okay. Or I keep saying infractions. It's 2 misdemeanors, 1 civil infraction. All right. Okay, so everything's adjourned. I'll make a note in the file so the cashier knows what to do with your $300.
Mr. Bowditch on as your,
Not officially, I don't think.
let me just give you notice.
Did we set that at 8:30 or 9?
You said no.
9? We set it at 9, but if he's always here early, she'll probably be here early, so get here early, we might get it done with. You're not late if you're not here before 9, but just telling you. Okay. We'll get your notice, you're good to go.
But you're on cashier, correct?
Yeah, money, you got this on.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Bowditch, I appreciate the efforts.
In conclusion, this sovereign citizen has tried every trick in the book, but still fails to understand why his flawed ideology doesn't align with reality. He continues to misuse the Constitution in a weak attempt to justify his delusional beliefs. Not once has this ideology won in court. While there have been cases dismissed, a dismissal is not a victory. Courts often reduce charges or dismiss cases to secure some form of conviction, even if it's not the outcome they initially sought. If the courts were stricter in dealing with this type of behavior, we might see less of it rather than more. Can you really avoid getting your car towed by claiming right to travel? In this video, we dive into the controversial right to travel argument that some people use to avoid getting their cars towed or ticketed, claiming they're not driving commercially. We'll explore the legal basis or lack thereof for this argument, break down what the law really says about public roadway use, and discuss some real-world examples of people challenging law enforcement on this topic. Is it legitimate or just a myth? Find out here.
I need your driver's license insurance.
I don't need to provide any of that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Broad Street.
You think so? That's not me, just so you know.
That's magistrate. You have to plead guilty or not guilty within 10 business days. If you plead guilty, you pay the fine.
Here, man.
Judge will set up a date and time. Do you have any questions for me?
Nope, but you're a loser.
That's not a question, but.
Babe. Sir. Oh, sir, can we get your name? You conducted business. Can we get your name? My name? Yeah, and the company.
After the initial stop on October 2nd, I was almost certain this police department had a deceitful and dishonorable history. So I decided to do some research myself. There's people out there who actually believe the police are here for a good thing.
Rimmer, 415. Open your window.
Rimmer 415?
Got it.
Okay, what is the reason for the stop?
Open your window.
You can see me. What's the reason for the stop? You can see me.
I cannot see.
Yes, you can.
No, I cannot.
What's the reason for the stop?
I can't see anything.
You can see my hands.
What's going on, man? Everything good? Name and badge number? Name and badge number? All right. Badge number, though?
455.
Okay.
Go on the sidewalk.
Well, for what? What law am I?
In the middle of the street. You can record, but go on the sidewalk.
I'll go over here. I'll go over here.
Don't interfere with this.
I'm
otherwise
not.
you
I'm
get
not.
instructed.
I'm not. I can't.
I can't get in trouble for that. I'm recording. This is my right.
You can't get involved.
I'm not involved in anything. What's the problem here?
The reason for the stop is several reasons.
What?
It's illegal.
My tints are illegal?
Yeah. Did you hear me? Your tints are illegal.
Yeah. I've been pulled over multiple times. My tints have never been illegal.
Congratulations. Your tints are illegal.
Okay.
Your car is not inspected.
Yes, it is.
You know what day it is?
Yes.
What's today?
There's one there and then there's another one.
And what do they say?
It was approved on one part, the other one
What
isn't.
do they say?
What do you mean?
They're expired.
One isn't, the other one isn't. I already got pulled over for that.
Did you fall off? Do you have your driver's license insurance?
I don't need to provide that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you
I'm not driving commercially, so I don't need to provide that.
She's truly delusional if she actually thinks it's okay to drive without a license just because it's not for commercial purposes. Do these sovereign citizens really not understand that there are different types of licenses, like motorcycle, regular, and commercial? A regular license is for non-commercial driving, but depending on the job, you can also do commercial activities, like rideshare. To believe you don't need any license, plates, registration, or inspection sticker is just completely out of touch with reality.
Babe, go to the house. Go get the kids. Go to the house. Go to the house. I've had multiple cops behind me multiple times and nobody has pulled me over.
Can I have your driver's license insurance?
I don't need to provide that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
She's not driving commercially. She doesn't need it. What's your? This is my girl. What if she? What if she? But what's your RA? What's your RAS that she's driving commercially? What's your RAS? What's your RAS? Come on, bro. What you doing? This is on the record, sir. What's your name and badge number over here too? What's your name and badge number?
I don't know who you are.
All right, I'm her husband. I'm her husband.
Sir,
Well,
I told you this already.
okay.
You cannot get involved in this.
I'm not okay, but I have the right to speak. You're right.
Keep interfering, you're gonna be arrested.
I can't be though.
So sit there.
Cause you want to harass her, right? Oh, we got more tyrants over here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I like this. I like this. Name and badge number.
That's my boyfriend.
You do. You need a license.
We're allowed to record. He's not interfering with anything that you're doing during this stop, so I don't need to open my other window.
I don't know who you are. So stand over there. Okay. I need your driver's license insurance.
I don't need to provide any of that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't need to. That's why. I don't need to. No, I don't. What is your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime? Why are you pulling me over? What's the reason for the stop? Please. What's your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime?
Do you have your license plate?
I don't need to provide that.
You have your ID.
I don't need to provide any of that.
We're gonna get a supervisor.
That's fine. That's fine. And you can't arrest me if you have no jurisdiction. So how can you arrest me? What? Doesn't matter where I am in the world. It doesn't matter where I am. I don't need to provide that. What is your reason? Okay. What is your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime? And just so you know, I'm just going to grab my baby so you don't think I'm doing anything, okay?
I would really like it if you got out of the car.
I don't need to. What? Okay, so get your supervisor. That's fine. I'm waiting for someone to tell me what's the reason for the stop. I'm waiting for someone to tell me what's the reason for the stop.
I told you already, but you don't believe in our what we're telling you. So
How is it illegal tints?
you have no registration on the vehicle.
I have. What do you mean I have no registration on the vehicle? I have whatever I have. I don't have to provide that to you.
I understand that. We're gonna have to surprise.
That's fine. Please do.
So we're wasting resources because somebody's traveling while there's real crime going on out there. Stand by. For a female in a car?
You need to learn your actual laws and not the laws that you're just taught, bro. Come on. Is there any movement with this? Is there any movement with this? Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
You sound like you understand what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, and
Well, step out of the way. I don't want to call.
yeah.
So you'll obviously have the opportunity. You can plead not guilty to these tickets, and you can.
But we can't get ticketed because we're not public. Do we have a state plate?
Okay.
Does she identify herself?
So we don't want to go through this. Obviously, like you have your version of, like you have what you believe.
But what are you going under? You're going under state jurisdiction, right or wrong?
Correct.
Okay, so we're not operating under state jurisdiction. We're operating under common law, which is why we don't have. She's not identifying herself.
This isn't the place for you and I to get into a debate about this.
But there's no debate. You just don't know your rights. And as a Sarge, you should be putting all these officers in their place and letting them know, hey, if she didn't identify herself, how can you give her a ticket?
I understand your stance. I do. I understand your stance.
But you don't, because you're not taking the initiative to correct these officers. So you don't understand me. But I get what you're trying to say.
I don't want to engage. Listen, man.
But it's not even personal, bro. It's just your officers have to learn eventually, because there's going to be more people with private plates that are learning their rights. You see, they're trying to take advantage because they think they know what they're doing. But as a Sarge, you should know about traveling and driving. She's not driving, she's traveling. And if she didn't identify herself, how are you issuing a ticket if you didn't even identify her?
Okay.
So I'm curious, how are you going to do that? How is that happening?
Sure, I don't want to engage in this.
No, it's not.
There's 5 tickets for you, okay?
Okay.
The address corresponds right here, 402 East Broad Street.
You think so? That's not me, just so you know.
Okay. That's magistrate. You have to plead guilty or not guilty within 10 business days. You plead guilty, you pay the fine.
Here, my love.
Do you have any questions for me?
Nope, but you're a loser.
That's not a question, but...
You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
Name and badge number? Rimmer, Taylor. Badge numbers? 415. Badge number? 408. Name?
Fair.
Name and badge number?
Officer Clinton.
Okay, you do know this is unlawful, correct? You guys do know this is unlawful. Every single one of you that is here, this is not under state jurisdiction on the record. It's not. If you see a state plate with those numbers, that's state jurisdiction. You guys see what you're doing. You're still standing here knowingly, willingly, and intentionally. That's it. Knowingly, willingly, and intentionally. Your immunity is out the window. You're immune. Yo. Whoa. What's going on? But there's no law. That's not law. That's not law. That's not law. Babe. She wants to speak to the guy conducting business. She wants to speak to the guy conducting. Babe. What are you? Babe, stop.
I don't need to listen.
This is unlawful, bro. And hold on. Babe, bro. What? Do you see they're already violating their rights? This is not law. You cannot stand in front of somebody. You know this, right? You cannot. Okay, but they're already breaking the law. They're breaking the law. Let them do it. It's on camera. It's on camera. Clinton, you see what you're doing? You're traffic. So you're going to be held liable even more than these guys. Just let you know, this is on the record.
You know, you're either wrong or completely delusional when even a lawyer refuses to take your case.
I think this is and we already have UCC codes.
Are you guys saying you're sovereign citizens?
No, there was another lawyer that assumed the same thing. Now, we're far from sovereign citizens, but we do operate in our private capacity, and we have the right to travel under common law of the land, and
I'm terribly sorry. I've been a criminal defense lawyer for like 23 years. I've heard this before, and I'm not new. I'm sorry, I'm going to decline to represent you.
This is on the record. This is on the. Yes, this is clear. Traffic. Traffic. If you add ing on trafficking, that is commerce. Do you see any public place on that? Okay, listen. It's on camera. It's on camera. It's on camera. It's already on camera.
And I have my shit in
It's
there,
on
so I have
camera.
my shit out. Do your business.
Wow. Yo. Wow. Viral. We're going viral tonight, guys.
None of your business. And you can see
Wow.
how you couldn't see me in the car.
You're doing some unlawful shit and you're gonna ask what the baby's name is?
You're weird.
I love it. I love it. Public service at its finest. Bethlehem Police Department, BPD.
Get my shit out of my car.
You good?
Okay.
Yeah, it's in your truck.
Babe.
Excuse me.
Sir, can we get your name? You conducted business. Can we get your name?
My name?
Yeah, and the company? The name in the company? Okay, but I'm asking you, you conducted business with the automobile. Okay, so what's your name? All right. Just go? Just go? Oh. Okay, Clinton. All right, Clinton. All righty, Clinton. All righty, Clinton. Yeah, sir.
Just go ahead and leave. Just go ahead and leave.
Oh, that's on the report as well. He's exactly.
Yes, you heard me.
No, this is our private property. This is private property. No, this is private property. They're unlawfully doing. Sir, you're talking. I'm talking to you, sir. They're unlawfully after this now, Clint. Well, have a good day. Babe, where are you walking?
You're taking my property that has my big shit in there.
Babe.
Stupid ass bitches. You need all these different cops to do this unlawful act.
In conclusion, these sovereign citizens believe they know the law, but once again they were shut down with their vehicle towed and impounded. They claim common law rights, but each state operates under statutory laws, and everyone must follow the laws of the state they live in. The 14th Amendment allows states to self-govern as long as they don't violate federal law. A state's laws can be equally or even more restrictive than federal law, but never more lenient. Essentially, they're picking and choosing what to believe based purely on ideology. If they want true independence, they can drive around private property all day. But once they hit public roads, they're subject to all applicable laws.
Florida judge rejects sovereign citizen claims and court ruling.
Come on up. All right, Mr. Baker, you're before the court today for your arraignment. And let's see. You're not, have you hired an attorney?
No, sir.
Do you plan on hiring one?
No, sir.
Are you going to represent yourself or do you wish to
Yes,
have the
sir.
public defender to represent you?
No, sir. I'm representing myself.
All right, you're before the court today for your arraignment. You've been charged by way of an information with possession of a cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, but count 1 and 2. Those are both third-degree felonies, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. You have a count 3, which is fleeing or attempting to elude high-speed reckless. I believe that should be a second-degree felony, punishable to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $10,000 fine. Count 4 is drive my license, cancel, suspend, or revoke. 3rd is subsequent offense. That's a 3rd-degree felony punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. And count 5, possession of marijuana less than 20 grams, which is a 1st-degree misdemeanor punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. So you're looking at a total of about 30 years in the Florida Department of Corrections if you're convicted of everything and you get the maximum sentence. And you're still wishing to represent yourself?
Yes.
You'll raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Baker, state your name.
Lee Baker.
And Mr. Baker, you have asked to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
How far did you get in school?
9th grade.
Okay. And so you can read and write?
Yes.
Okay. Are you employed?
No, sir.
All right. How do you make a living?
I'm unemployed right now. I was living with someone else.
Sir?
I'm unemployed. I was living with someone else. I just got out of jail about 5 months ago.
Okay. Well, what is your trade?
I have my own business,
All right. What kind of business?
a cleaning business.
Okay. And have you ever represented yourself before?
Yes.
All right. Let's see, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today, which would affect your ability to make this decision to represent yourself?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness that would affect your ability to
No, sir.
to make this decision?
No.
All right. You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and the law, and they're there to assist you in preparing pretrial motions, preparing for pretrial hearings, and to participate in discovery, and also preparing for trial.
I comprehend that very well.
All right, and sir, you understand that if you're representing yourself, you'll be held to that same standard.
I comprehend that.
All right, and I cannot assist you in any way. The state attorney would not be able to assist you in any way. Is that correct?
I comprehend.
All right, and you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll print out the information, and Deputy Dexter, it's okay if the clerk hands the information to Mr. Baker? All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll do that. Mr. Baker, when you receive that information, I'm going to ask that you enter a plea at this time.
I like to file 2 motions on the record as well, sir.
I want to do your arraignment first.
All right.
All right, whenever you're ready, you'll let me know and you enter your plea.
I end up plea of not guilty.
Okay. All right, you're filing motions?
Yes, sir. I
You have copies for the state?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I got a declaratory judgment, and I want to furnish this bond to the clerk
You file it, go ahead.
for my release from the Bay County Jail today.
Okay.
That's declaratory judgment. That's for the clerk only.
Now, you providing a copy of the state, everything you've given the clerk?
The bond, I shouldn't have to give the bond. The bond goes straight to the clerk. Declaratory
Anything you
judgment-
file that you want me to consider, you have to provide a copy to the state, sir. That's you're representing yourself. You have to know those rules. If you don't, you're going to mess
I
up.
understand that.
If you're not providing to the state, I'm not going to consider it.
Okay.
And the clerk doesn't make any determinations on that. All the clerk determines is whether you're innocent or not.
I'm not talking about the bond for the declaratory judgment. I'm talking about the bond for the clerk to release me today. I filed my eligible obligation.
What are you talking about?
Sir?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about eligible obligation on the USCA.
Oh, you talking all that kind of stuff. I'm striking all that. And if I hear it again, I'm not gonna let you represent yourself. I promise you. He's already entered a not guilty plea. We'll set this for a pre-trial. We'll set it for don't ask me any questions like that, sir. I'm not answering any questions. If you want to file a motion, file your motion. We'll set it for our December, when's that motion day in December? December 19th at 9 o'clock. Sir, you may, if you're going to do the sovereign citizen, all that, you may want to consider having the attorney.
I'm a private citizen, sir. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a private citizen.
Listen to me. If you're going to pursue that, you may want to reconsider representing yourself.
No, sir.
But I'm not going to pay attention to any of that, and I'm going to strike all that. So
Okay.
we'll see you December 19th at 9 o'clock.
It's no problem. Oh,
That's enough. I don't want to hear another word.
okay. I'd like to also.
Another one, I don't want to hear another word. No, put him out.
Put your hands on me like that.
Hush. Get him out of the courtroom. I don't want to hear another word. I just heard another word, Mr. Baker. Hush. Whoa. Mr. Baker, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to find that you're not competent to represent yourself at this time. I'm going to reverse my decision. The Office of Public Defender is going to represent him. We'll keep it on that December 19th date. I just did.
Border Patrol versus sovereign citizen truck driver, heated checkpoint clash.
Dude, I'm too old for this. How you doing?
How's it going?
Hold on, let me get up there first. I'll talk to you. United States citizen, sir? Yes?
I'm gonna opt out.
Well, the thing is, before we can proceed with immigration inspection, if you are, that's fine. I don't really care if you're German or whatever, but are you legally in the United States?
I'm not answering questions.
Okay, then we have to go ahead and take you in. I know you're recording. We'll take you in, identify you, and then you can proceed.
So you're detaining me?
Yes, sir.
That under what probable cause?
On the probable cause. That 18 USC 111.
What is that?
Okay, first of all, let me proceed here real quick. Do you have anybody else in you?
There's nobody here.
Nobody here?
111.
Okay.
What?
Can you call and text for the truck real quick? The thing is, hold on. Let me go ahead with my information. First of all, the primary age. Is this your truck or is it a company truck?
It's a company truck.
Okay, registered to the same owner?
Yes.
Swift?
Yes.
Out of Arizona. Okay.
Code 18111 is about impeding me or injuring a federal officer. I've not done that.
Well, the thing is, sir, now that you're actually taking me away from my job.
That's because you're choosing to keep me here.
Yes, I am.
That's your choice. That's your choice.
You know why?
Yes.
Because I asked you a simple question. You're a United States citizen.
But prior to prior to our encounter, there was no probable cause to even stop me. So any further search is invalid.
No, sir, you're incorrect. You know very well this is a immigration inspection.
Yes.
As a trucker, interstate trucker,
yes.
You're aware that at southern borders, California, Arizona, we have checkpoints.
Yes.
Right? And you know that they're going to ask you questions.
You're asking everyone questions.
Yes, every single one. Everybody that you see before you and that camera can see will actually do that.
I'm gonna make 3 statements. Okay, I'm not asking you. I know these are true. Your establishment is here lawfully. Yes.
Yes, it is.
You're asking me these questions here lawfully.
Yes.
Yes. I'm obligated to answer them. No.
This guy has no idea what he's doing. Arguing with a Border Patrol officer like this is a terrible idea. It's definitely not going to end well for him.
Well, no,
I am not.
That's not correct.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not correct.
Any 18 code that you say is subordinate
to the U.S.
Are you an immigration
inspection, sir?
Excuse me?
Are you an immigration inspector?
No.
No? Then you're a truck driver.
What
were your prior job before this, if I might ask? God, man, I'm getting the
Any code that you follow is subordinate to the U.S. Constitution. Okay, so my Fourth Amendment is unalienable.
What is the Fourth Amendment, if you can tell me?
It regards search and seizure. And
I'm not seizing you, or actually,
you just said you were detaining me.
Yes, I'm detaining. That's not a seizure. Do you know what a seizure means?
You're seizing.
You know what a seizure means?
Like confiscating?
Yes, taking away that you're no longer.
But the search part.
The search part is not a search. I'm just asking you a simple question.
Why am I being detained?
Because we're asking a question.
You don't have
United States citizen.
I don't have to answer that. You understand? I don't have to answer the question.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Then I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
If I'm breaking the law, then arrest me.
or you will be detained. Okay.
Arrest me then if I
You're
break the
being
law.
detained.
I'm not getting out of the truck. I don't consent, and I'm not getting out of the truck.
Can you
Look,
open
man.
up before I fall? I don't want to break your glass.
As long as you don't grab me.
Go ahead, close it. Can you close this one? Open it. I don't want to break your glass. We're not gonna open it.
What is that for?
Go ahead, put it down. Put it back.
No.
I need you.
Hey,
I'm
man.
gonna break your glass. I don't want to break your glass.
Look, man. I should be able to travel down these roads without being stopped. All right. I need you to get off the window.
No, because you're gonna close it. You go.
I
need a camera. I need a camera.
I'm.
This guy is refusing to go in and cooperate, so I'm gonna need to take him out of the car.
I'd rather you not touch me or be forced to do anything.
Well, you will be extracted from this vehicle, sir, unless I'm satisfied with the immigration inspection. Do you understand? Do you understand?
That's
Yes or no?
illegal.
We can stop here.
That's
We can
illegal.
go up the north. You can actually keep on going north on your way and proceed, or we can go ahead and remove you by force and identify you, sir. Do you understand?
You want my driver's license?
No, I just need you're an American citizen.
Now, let's say that I just answer your question. What does that...
It just means that, yes, you are, and you can go to your immigration inspection. This isn't an immigration...
What if I was lying? What if someone lies?
Sir...
it all just falls apart when you...
Okay, are you lying to me?
I
So
don't-
then
I'm not-
my probable cause just...
I'm not answering your question is the thing. I'm not
Then, okay,
answering the
I'm gonna
question.
ask you-
So you don't have probable cause to begin with.
Yes, I do.
Prior to the encounter.
The conversation was real simple, sir.
No, it wasn't. It was
Yes.
should have never happened in the first place.
Okay. If you have not gone through here, then it will be fine. My question to you, we can stop this right now.
So you're
You
saying...
can proceed northbound if you answer my question. Until I'm satisfied with my immigration inspection, then we're fine.
My answer to your question
Then I'm going to have to extract you.
is that...
By force.
Under what cause?
Under 18 U.S.C. 111.
What does that say?
You're impeding, sir.
No, I'm not.
You're impeding
No,
my,
I'm
my
not.
jurisdiction.
Have you
sir.
sustained any injuries?
Not yet.
That's...
I will.
Then I am not violating that code.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Sir, I'm asking you one last time, sir. We're recording this as well.
That's okay. I've not broken any laws.
Then you're going to be extracted.
I'm
I'll
going to be
read this to
extracted.
you real quick, sir. I'll read this to you.
What is that?
18 U.S.C. 111, assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees, which is me. Forcibly, agent assaults, resists, opposes, impedes, intimidates, or interferes with any person designed in section 1114 of the title while engaged in or an account of a performance of his official duties. That's where we're at now.
I'm not interfering with that.
Okay,
You're
or
keeping-
intimidations
you're
of any
keeping me
person
here on your own
formerly
accord.
served as a person designated on section 1114 on the account of performance of the official duties during such person's term of service shall, where the acts in violation of this section constitute only simple assault, be fined under title or imprisoned no more than 1 year. Okay? Oh, you talked to this guy before? What was his status before? Hey, you recognize this guy?
No.
You don't? Okay. It would have made it easier if you didn't. The Immigration Naturalization Act, CFR 8 and 22 federal policies and landmarks, U.S. Supreme Court decisions grant Border Patrol agents the authority to conduct checkpoint operations. Motorists should not be permitted to proceed until agents are satisfied with the inspection procedures. Okay? This is a U.S. Patrol checkpoint, and I'm intending to conduct an immigration inspection under Section 287A3 of the Immigration Nationalization Act, INA.
I have not broken any laws.
The Supreme Court has ruled under U.S. versus Martinez-Cortez 1976 that the U.S. Border Patrol has authority to set up permanent or fixed checkpoints on public highways leading to or away from the Mexican border, and that these checkpoints are not violation of the Fourth Amendment.
Yes.
You are being ordered to move out of your vehicle to secondary inspection, which you already are, to allow us to complete the immigration inspection. That's what I was trying to get you to do. If you do not move your vehicle, which you did already, you can be arrested under 18 U.S.C. 111. However, if the motorist refuses to exit the vehicle, agents will use the amount of force necessary to effect the arrest and enforce compliance to the lawful order, including removing the driver from the vehicle. The vehicle should be searched, incident to arrest, and moved to secondary inspection to allow resumptions.
And all
the
of this
checkpoint.
is based on probable cause. Right?
This
You
is
have
the
no
United States
probable
Border
cause.
Patrol checkpoint, and I'm attempting to conduct an immigration inspection on Section 287, A3 of the Immigration Let's just say that. Okay, so I'm asking you right now.
I want you to know that as a person driving down a U.S. highway,
I can't hear you guys pick up the trucks.
I want you to know that I'm very frightened right now.
Why?
Because
would you talk to me only?
Yeah, you're this big gigantic group of people. Is
Do you know
very
why
frightening.
they're here, sir?
Because everybody has a mortgage to pay.
Negative. You're driving because you have a mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
We have a job to do. And under Section 287,
and
this is a checkpoint. I'm asking you, sir, for your cooperation. This is the last time, sir.
I've cooperated as much as I need to.
I'm not satisfied with my immigration inspection. I'm a supervisor. I'm in charge of the checkpoint.
You're not supervised.
I'm asking you this last time. Cooperate or you be extracted out of the vehicle.
I am cooperating.
All right. So I'm asking you.
I am cooperating.
Okay. Are you going to step out of the vehicle and talk to me, or are we going to have to extract you out of this vehicle? This is all being recorded from both phones. Your phone and my phone.
I don't want to be extracted from my vehicle.
Okay. Are you going to go ahead? Are you going to go ahead and cooperate, sir?
You want me to go inside?
No. I need you to talk to me. Are you a United States citizen? Simple yes or no.
That makes no difference to me traveling down a road.
Okay. I need you to step out of the vehicle, sir.
I will not. I don't. Really?
Sir, I'm telling you right now.
Hey, man.
I swear to God.
No, I'm not going to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Okay.
Why are y'all doing this?
Because I'm asking
go.
You, sir.
I just want to go.
No, you are going after
go.
me. I'm complete with my inspection.
So
go ahead, open the door, sir.
I will not.
Open the door or I'll break this glass.
Dude.
Are you still recording this? Open this door or I'll break this glass, sir.
I have not done anything wrong.
I'm asking you. You're failing to go ahead and cooperate,
What have I done
sir.
wrong? What laws have I broken?
And actually the immigration inspection, sir.
I just want to go down the road
You
freely.
will after I'm complete with my immigration inspection. Do you understand?
I don't like these intimidations.
It's not intimidation, it's the law.
It is. It's not the
I'll
law.
count you 3 and I will break this glass.
Don't break the glass, man.
1, open the door. 2,
I haven't done anything wrong.
Open the door. Open the door.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Open the door.
I'm not breaking any laws.
Open the door.
Man.
I don't want to break the glass.
Don't do it, man. It's not even my truck.
I know. Well, then open the door.
Man, this is absurd. I
It
can't
is.
believe you would do this.
I will. Open the door. It's not the first one I've done.
I'm a bet, but I've not broken any laws.
Then open the door, sir.
I've not broken any laws, man.
How many times do I have to repeat myself? Open the door.
I don't want to get out of the truck. I haven't broken any laws. I haven't
broke
done
in this
anything
law,
wrong.
sir. Section
No, I
27.
haven't. No, I haven't.
Go ahead.
I haven't broken any
Open the
laws.
door.
I've complied as much as I need to.
Stand back.
No.
Stand back.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Crazy sovereign citizen Karen Kevin lose custody and flee over imaginary bonds. In this wild story, a couple of sovereign citizens nicknamed Karen and Kevin lose custody of their kids and decide to flee the state while trying to resolve some bizarre imaginary legal bonds. Sovereign citizens often claim they don't recognize government authority, leading them to take extreme actions when they face legal trouble. Watch as we break down this chaotic situation, the absurd Sovchit beliefs, and the legal consequences that follow. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more crazy courtroom moments and legal breakdowns.
So I just need to report back to you that the case is dismissed. You see, I asked for his oath and bond, which he's bound to by law, you see, to give me. So.
What's the KRS that requires him to give you that?
I'm sorry, do what?
What's the KRS that requires him to give you his oath and bond?
Well, is that not your job description, ma'am? Shouldn't you know that? Yes or no?
No, because no.
Oh, no, it's not? Is this the courthouse?
No.
It's not?
Yes.
Are you? Do you work for the court? Do you work for the law? I mean, does he know the law? Because I don't even know him, actually, because he won't let me see his oath and bond. So, actually what's happened here...
That's why I asked you what KRS requires him to do that.
Oh.
Because we're talking about equity, ma'am. We're talking about property in this hearing, whether in the division of in this family court. So we need to have the credentials when we're talking about equity, so we know that all parties involved have the authorization, okay, to arbitrate equity. That's all we're trying to do. We're ready to settle this matter. That's what we're interested in settling.
It's been settled.
No, it has. If it was settled, man, we wouldn't have had this hearing today. How can they settle that when there's no consent to the commission? And see, there's no commission in the matter here, man, because they haven't been able to get one. There's no consent to the commission, so this case is dismissed. But we are interested in settling this. We really want to settle this, and that's what we'd like to do. Is if we can get the credentials to show where there's authorization to settle in arbitration, we would like to come back to the table and bring settlement. Okay, we don't want to come and argue or anything of that nature. We just want to get all the facts out on the table so we can bring a settlement.
Yeah.
That's all.
We're out on the table.
No, ma'am. All those pleadings,
I have never received an oath and bond from Mr. Petrie. Never.
Now, see, ma'am, all those pleadings are hearsay.
I have never received an oath or a bond has never been received.
What requires him to do that?
U.S. Code title. It's in U.S. Code Title 18. It's in U.S. Code Title 14. It's in U.S. Code Title 15. You'll find it in U.S. Code Title 12. Okay, this is your code. This is the code that the government established, and this is the code that the government must follow.
Sounds like a bunch of word salad to me, but why am I even surprised by this complete nonsense coming from a couple of sovereign citizens?
Mr. Petrie, we'd just like to make sure he is authorized. I've never seen this man's credentials, okay? This man has not seen my credentials. I agree with that. We agree with, if everybody wants to bring the credentials to the table, we want to settle.
Yeah, there's no seal on any of this paperwork, ma'am.
None.
It's all fraudulent. Every bit of it. There's not one seal. My signature is not on anything. They have nothing. These people have destroyed my entire life and my children's life, and I'm not going away. And everybody's name that's been put on any of my paperwork, I promise you, I am going to sue on a personal manner, okay? Every single person I've spoken to, texted with, emailed with, been in any hearing with, I will be coming to the table with to settle with, because y'all picked this fight. I'm just finishing it. Do you understand?
And that's...
Do you understand?
You've not been in any hearings, Ms. Stevens.
You are
correct.
So right. You're correct.
That's why we're here talking with you here, ma'am.
Yeah.
Look. The court clerk kind of is the banker of the court. We know there's bonds here, okay? We're here to settle this tax issue, okay? That's what we're here to offer here today. We don't even know the amount of the debt. We don't even got any fact of any detriment that's brought any consideration. That is all hearsay, man. We don't have any evidence of that.
It is filed with no seals, ma'am.
No seals, no signature.
No signature, no seals. Oh, yes, ma'am, you do. You do. I tell you what.
Every banking institution has to have a seal in order to have proper bonds.
Circuit court clerk is not a banking institution.
Yes, it is. You have a DUNS number and you have an EIN. You are a banking institution and you do file 1099-As, ma'am. I know this for a fact. I am a banking examiner. I am a banking examiner, ma'am. If I want, I will force you
to bring those 1044s to ensure the tax is made on those bonds, because I guarantee you're not paying the tax on them.
And this is a huge